Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Not Everybody Needs a Podcast with your host, McKenzie Rensher. Do I look tan?
Is it like real?
Yeah, it's real.
Yeah.
This is real tan.
Yeah, it looks tan. You look tan. It looks tan.
Well,
you look tan.
I feel alive, and I realize I've been in a little bit of a image rut. Not like that I think I look...
What does that mean?
Like, I don't look my best right now.
Why you didn't intro me? I don't like that.
Okay, sorry. And of course, today we have my husband, Darian Rensher.
A little longer.
My king, the man who watched our kids for a few days.
Who's babysitting?
He was babysitting our kids for a few days. Guys, I put on TikTok that my man's babysitting our kids for a few days so I can go on a vacation. People took it dead serious. I was like, do you not understand this is satire? I would never in my life say my
Yeah, right.
What? You do just as much as I do in every day.
Let's get intro. A couple more things.
Okay. Style icon. Can I stop?
Maybe like just one more. Then I promise you can go.
Okay. My what's that word? Confidant. I literally don't even know what that means. I just heard people say it.
It's good though.
My confidant and the person I go to first for everything.
This is good. Hey, I'm glad to be here.
Yeah.
Glad to be here in my house.
I just don't even feel the need I'm glad to be here in our sunroom. I don't even feel the need to introduce you because I'm just like, you're just going to be on this, so I have someone to talk to.
But it's not that. It's more so like just like appreciation, you know?
I'm curious if people liked the solo episode.
I think it was good. I feel like...
Also, how are we liking the audio now? Because it really got an upgrade.
We approving.
Yeah, I feel like this is like really nice.
Yeah, it's there. It takes a little investment, you know, a little coaching. But I feel like we're here.
Here we are. I feel like we've gotten there. Anyway, I went on a trip this last
weekend.
This last weekend, but I really left on Sunday and got back on Tuesday, so that's why I feel
last couple of days
confused because I feel like it's like a Monday when it's not. Because I feel like usually you do Friday through Sunday, but I just did kind of random days. I went on a brand trip with Savannah. It was so much fun. And I went as her +1. I've never been on a +1 really, or gone as a +1.
Right.
I actually really haven't been on a ton of brand trips either, but I've been on a few, and this was so fun. It's exactly what I needed. It was with Zoe Strollers, and we only had like 2 or 3 events that we had to go to, but other than that, we were just living the dream. We were by the pool. We went to the Colony Hotel, which apparently is like known because whenever I posted it, people were like, wait, I want to go to this. It's like on my bucket list.
The IG was very aesthetic. Even the same thing when I saw y'all, when I clicked on the IG, I was like, you know, this is...
No, the hotel rooms are so nice and the aesthetic is so nice. The food, I wish I could have packed up guac and chips and brought it to you. It was the best.
You could have.
No, I could not have in my luggage.
You can take food. No, you can get. No, I'm tripping. You can only take food that you buy in the airport. I'm thinking you could have brought.
No, you can. You can bring it. This always trips you up because every time we bring the kids somewhere, you're like, wait, how are we going to get snacks? I'm like, Darian, you can bring snacks to the, what is happening?
So my mind always trips up. I'm like, how are we getting this stuff through this TSA?
It's just liquid.
Yeah. And
you can still have liquid. It just can't be over, I think it's like 3 or 4 ounces or something.
Back to the food.
Anyway, it was so good. Like, honestly, being able to sit in the sun, I'm like, wait, I'm not ugly. I just wasn't tan. Like back to me having an image moment. I, for the last few months have been like, wait, am I like, I'm like not my best right now. And
I don't think that.
I think that I just felt washed up for a sec. I'm like, no, I'm not washed up. I'm not washed up. I'm just not dating. So now that I'm tan, I feel like I'm back to myself. And having a few days to myself, I think changed my life.
Getting your pink back.
I don't really say that term.
I don't know why I like that. I see it on TikTok all the time. I feel like isn't like getting your
It's
pink.
cute.
Yeah, it's cute.
Yeah, no, it's cute. I think that's like more so for people that struggle with
Postpartum.
losing themselves postpartum, which I don't necessarily feel like I have.
You're just getting more pink.
Yeah, because do you know what that means?
Like pink is for girls. What?
No, that's actually like kind of valid, but
is
why just threw me for a loop?
How does that not with that like? It's like I'm a pink girl. Like I'm like not all the way pink, so I'm getting my pink back.
Yeah, totally. No, it is flamingos after they have a baby, after they give birth to a baby, they turn white, and slowly but surely they get their pink back as their baby gets more independent.
That's amazing.
Isn't that kind of crazy?
No, that actually is good. So shout out to everybody who's getting their pink back.
Yeah, so it just kind of means like your baby's getting like you feel more like yourself. You're back to your self.
That's such a funny way, like shows how guys like think. Because I'm not off though. Because it really
No, you're not off, but you're just like way off.
Yeah, conceptually it's like the same thing.
Okay, I was on the plane. It was approximately 6 a.m. and this man next to me was yawning so many times without covering his mouth. I was getting so pissed off. And the whole time, it got to the point where every time he yawned, I just looked at him. Like I had no other choice. I was in the middle seat. No, I was in the middle seat. Yeah, he was to my left. And I just kept looking at him. Like, I want you to know that like every time you yawn, I'm getting pissed off. You cannot let your nasty 6 a.m. breath out into the air without a little hand cover.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I was actually getting so mad. But the story doesn't end there.
What?
On the flight back, I was about 9 yawns deep, and I realized that I hadn't covered my mouth even one single time.
So you're a hypocrite.
Oh, 100%. And that leads me to the question, do you think that you like rules don't apply to you, like rules that you have for other people, and you're like, but it's fine if I do it? Like, it's not at all.
Maybe like not like normal like stuff. Like I cover my mouth when I yawn. At least I do like this. I'd be like,
If you guys aren't watching, he put his mouth in a shirt.
Yeah,
but
I mean, I do think there's some things that goes back to like the whole narcissist conversation.
Yeah, if y'all are not hip on our narcissist talk, my narcissist talk, I'm on a journey to figure out what narcissistic traits I have, just to try to avoid them.
Break generational, maybe not generational, but maybe just break curses.
Just break, my own curses, I guess. But I'm not a narcissist. I just want to get as far as I can from narcissistic traits.
Yeah. That
was one of the narcissistic traits that was like a little red flag for me.
Yeah, right.
Because I was like, wait, why was I so mad at this man? And then when I do it, I'm like, but I know I'm not stinky. Like my air can go in the earth and it'd be fine.
Yeah, I don't know.
Not even that covering it does anything, but I just get so, what is your like, me not finishing my sentence. Not that covering it does anything, but I just get mad that it's like entering the earth with nothing stopping it, not even a hand.
Yeah, no, it's just more so like, and it just feels unclean.
What's your unspoken airport etiquette?
We need to get back to your mom trip because I got some questions for you. I feel like it's my job here is to interview you so you can tell the people about your wonderful life.
Oh.
But on this note, my airport etiquette is like, bro, we both got armrests, right? Don't you dare try to use both armrests. Don't like.
I experienced that.
Like don't, and because I'll for sure stake my claim. I'll hit like.
You'll nudge.
I'll just kind of like just make sure like I got most of it till you get to the point. Like,
I saw a TikTok once that was like, airport etiquette. If you're in the middle, you get both. If you're in the middle, you get both armrests, and the person has to use just their one to their right or left.
I'm not against that. I don't think. No, I'm not against that.
So you'd rather take.
I hate the middle seat.
No, I hate the middle seat. I'll avoid it at all costs.
Yeah, I'm a big window guy, but I think that the whole armrest, it's just more so like just kind of we want to talk about it. Let's just be adults here. Like, don't take my armrest.
You know what I just realized? I've never been on a flight where I haven't smelled one fart.
Yeah, and
that like actually.
I'm not gonna lie. Look, it's
what are you not gonna lie?
I like.
You're the farter.
No, but I'm very I'm calculated.
Don't make me mad.
I'm calculated. I'm definitely not just
calculated. It's insane. Do you fart or not?
No, I definitely do fart.
Wait, sure. You're sick.
No, but I'm not. I'm calculating in the sense of like.
Wait, side note, Darian's fully lactose intolerant and won't admit it.
I'm not lactose intolerant.
See? He literally is. His dad's lactose intolerant. His mom's lactose intolerant.
My mom is not lactose intolerant.
Yes, she is. She'll tell you.
What?
And anytime that he has cheese,
what are we doing?
You fill in the rest. And he will not admit it. I do fart in plane. I don't really like talking about like bodily functions necessarily, but I mean, you can't talk about airport etiquette and not discuss a fart.
That's really my only couple of things. Like really that, and then I think now I have a lot more empathy for people who have kids. Like every time I see a person with a kid, I'm like, send in love.
Aw.
Yeah, like I understand you.
Yeah. I just feel like don't even look at people if their baby's crying. What's that gonna do?
Yeah.
Besides make them feel embarrassed.
I will say though, I did experience this. Like, if you are a parent, our kids aren't really old enough to do anything like this, but like, because I almost had to do this on the last flight I was on, is don't let your kid keep kicking my seat now. Look,
it's all fun and games.
No, it's all fun and games, and
I'm kid starts to affect my personal experience.
And I'm like, this is all good, but this little kid was kicking my seat, and I kind of just like, he did it like once or twice, like third or fourth time, I'm like actually trying to go to sleep. I just had to look at his mom and kind of like, and she's like, it was polite. Like I wasn't like grilling her, but I was kind of like, she saw it, but didn't know if it was annoying me or not. I don't know if I was noticing, but he literally was kicking my seat. And I was just kind of like, looked at her. Because I'm not.
What do you do when the baby's turned around in the seat in front of you just staring into your soul?
Oh, I play.
Oh.
I've always played.
Peekaboo time.
I like, because I love people play. Because Beckham does that. I think it's just sweet. Like, I play.
What are you going to do as a parent? Like, you can't force them to not.
Yeah, it's like, and they want to see people.
It's just always so awkward. I'm like, oh, God.
Yeah, nah. I think little kid interactions in the airport are very, very sweet and cute. All right, back to you, though. How did it feel to get away?
It was really good. And the whole time I of course was like, oh, I miss you and I miss our kids. But it was so nice just to take 2 days, because it really was only a 2-day trip. I don't think I could have done another night. I don't think. I think that's when I would have started getting pretty sad. But I feel so refreshed coming back. Like, everything feels new again and way easier. Like, whenever you're in the routine. Yeah, the routine of doing something every single day. And it's like, okay, well, I know nap time is this. I never cannot look at my phone because the monitor's on it. So I'm constantly checking that. Whenever I'm sleeping, I have the monitor on. So, like, that's another thing. I'm waking up twice a night with Kaysen. I'm like, you just get in this routine where you are doing the same thing constantly. And being able to just breathe. And another thing is being able to go somewhere without having to ask anyone.
Right.
Was so nice. Like, oh, I want to go get a coffee. Okay, me and Savannah are walking downstairs. We're getting a coffee. Like, I don't have to be like, is this okay? Do we have a bag? Do I need to take one of the kids with me? Like, it was so, I don't know. I just didn't really have to think too much about anything. But then also, coming back was so nice because I feel like, I don't know. I just felt like I just felt refreshed, I guess. And the fact that I was tan and just got to eat food that I love, and I don't know, just have conversations with girls, and I don't know. It was really fun.
I think it kind of goes when I was just checking. My daughter's going through like another sleep. I feel like we get to a good point in our sleep training, sleep routine, and then something just always.
She doesn't want to take naps right now. She wants to just hang.
Yeah, I'm like.
But she sits in there like.
No, I know.
Like,
just be chilling. I'm like,
this
ain't time to hang. You used to
like,
love nap
just
time.
close your. Also, she keeps saying, I want to go to sleep. And then she'll go to sleep, and we're like, hello, go to sleep.
Yeah, she's also in the phase of like, I don't like. So like, everything she loves, I don't like that.
Yeah. Today she said, I don't like animals.
I don't like sleep.
Yes, you do.
You literally love animals. I don't like sleep. You literally like sleeping. All right. One thing I was gonna say, I think it's important. I think it's a good conversation too. Is I think this is always preached in dating. I don't feel like it's preached enough like in marriage of like maintaining your individuality, because we are one. But I do think getting away sometimes, and like well, that's the boys' night, or like me and Brayden went in and hooped this morning. You know, like stuff like that, like where you get to be an individual is still like super important, because
so needed.
Yeah, because ultimately, like, a healthy person makes a healthy whatever title. Like, healthy person makes a healthy mom, healthy dad, healthy wife, healthy husband. So I think that's just like,
I think I'm gonna make this a
routine.
Yeah, where I don't really know.
Yeah, maybe
I don't want to put like a timeline on it.
Quarterly, like every 3 months or something.
Yeah, every 3 months, taking it doesn't have to be 2 full days, but just flying somewhere and like going to hang out with a friend or whatever, like just
solo.
Yeah, solo. Because I come back and I'm such a better version of myself.
Right.
So yeah, but I do think that's interesting. I love to see outside perspectives of brand trips, because what do you think about hierarchy? There was no hierarchy with this trip, by the way. There wasn't like, this person's getting something and this person's not or whatever. But, like with Tart trips or whatever, people get so mad about this person with more followers got this thing. And I don't know if it's like because I'm on the other side of it, but I don't really think that's a problem. Like, if you have more followers to me, I'm like, I feel like you should, like, a brand should send you somebody more who's gonna have more eyes on it.
Yeah.
Do you agree with that or no? Because I get why people get mad about it. Because I'm like,
I get why you would pay
great.
somebody more to come somewhere. I don't think you should get a different experience though.
But no one gets paid to go. So, and you had to choose people for different rooms. So I'm like, of course you're gonna give the better room to the people.
Nobody gets paid to go on Tart Trip?
No, I don't think so. Maybe they do and we don't know. But the whole point of a Tart Trip is they give you this crazy experience so that they can have, that's like their promo for the year.
Right. Okay, that makes sense. But I went on a brand trip. I got paid and I had a great experience. So I don't know. But I'm saying I get the hierarchy and people's.
Wait, what was your point with saying that?
I was saying, you said, do I get hierarchy? I get the hierarchy in as far as.
Oh, and you're saying, like, you probably got paid less than a creator that had more than you.
For sure, because the budget was different.
I think more so people are saying like gifted. Like, I guess there was like.
Oh yeah, differences. I don't think you should be. That's what I'm saying. I think if you're coming on a trip, like, you should get the same experience. I think what you got paid is, that's why I think the followers or like engagement comes into, like, getting somebody to come somewhere. I think you should. That's between you and the company, or you and the agency who's booking it. But I don't think people. I think it's weird when people get different experiences when we're all here to do the same thing.
Okay, I actually agree. I was for a second gonna say I don't agree, just because I like understand the hierarchy of it all. But I think I actually do agree. I've seen a surplus of videos of people talking about having bad experiences with influencers, and I was just with like
a bunch of
20 different influencers, and I just want to go on record to say I feel like that's like less cases than people think, where you meet influencers, they're not who they say they are. And maybe I just haven't met enough to say that, but like every girl on this trip was like exactly who they presented to be online.
It's also like a very niche, like, kind of hard. Well, it's not. You could be a bad mom, but you know what I'm saying. I feel like it's also the demographic.
With moms, it's like the
demographic. I feel like you should
I don't know. There's some moms that just out here doing whatever.
No, I agree.
Naturally, you're gonna have a motherly instinct, and you're gonna be thinking about others first. Or whatever.
Overall, you would think that, like, okay, a group of moms should be all nurturing.
But even not mom influencers I've met are the same. But I feel like you just hear these stories of like, I met these influencers, they're awful or whatever.
Right.
And I just feel like this.
I think it also would be because people be expecting
them to be perfect.
Yeah, when reality is like, these people are just people that might be having a day. And I do think there is like a little bit of responsibility of being anybody who has influence, like whether you're in the sport, any realm, that you do have to carry yourself, be aware in public spaces how you come off, because ultimately, like, people can't make assumptions. But at the same time, you are human though. You don't really owe anybody anything.
True. But it's
like
just for the record, everyone on that trip was so sweet, and I feel like, I don't know, I just feel like sometimes you go into those trips and you're like, I'm kind of scared that these girls are going to be mean. Yeah. Just naturally. I mean, even if they were.
It feels like a high school.
It feels like a high school meetup or something. And they were all just so nice and sweet. And I'm just met some really cool people. And it was fun to just get away and, just be McKenzie and not a mom for a few days. I mean, I'm always a mom.
No, I know. How'd you deal with, because I feel a lot of people say they don't. I feel like people mom guilt themselves into, like.
Oh, I almost didn't go.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I feel like people will, like, live in mom guilt forever. And
when she first asked me, I had an event, and I was like, I knew I didn't like have to go to the event, but I was like, oh, I just have an event. Like, sorry, I can't go. But you talked me into it. First of all, you were like, no, you absolutely should go. And I was like, I really should. And Savannah's one of my best friends, so I'm like, okay, of course I'm gonna have fun. But it's just instinct to be like, my kids can't be without me. And I think you've given me the confidence to be able to leave. And you were excited for me to be able to leave too. So that helped me and pushed me out of the house a little.
Because I feel like I've had more opportunities to travel and do stuff. I'm like, you deserve the same opportunity.
Yeah.
And also, I think it's, like I said, it goes back to my other point. I think whenever you do leave, because I had the same thoughts. Like, when you're here, we're important factors in our life. In the kids' lives, but you also realize that ultimately there's so much you don't control and you never will control. Even when they go to school at some point, so much you have to relinquish. Like, you can't control everything. So it's almost like more at peace to just realize, like, okay, I'm a big deal, but I'm not, like, I'm not the biggest deal. If that makes sense.
Like, they will be fine without me.
Correct.
But that feels like that's not true at the moment, because I'm like, what if what if someone doesn't know his nap schedule? Like, I don't know why you would not know his nap schedule. I know
right.
you do. You do just as much as me, but it's just funny because I just feel like I'm the mom. Like, I need to be there at all times. But it ended up being so good. But
I feel that's a good word to a lot of moms out there because I feel like you do, like you said, you do get in a routine and you get so like caught up and like you are like, don't get me wrong, primary like caretaker, you know, but I do think it's worth the intention because it's definitely more you have to figure out whether you got, all right, who's going to be watching the kids? Who's going to be helping out? Who's going to be.
You also have to
arrange so much.
You have this thought, like, what if they forget about me?
Your kids?
Yeah.
I
Not
do,
Beckham,
I do be
but
thinking that
with
too.
Kaysen, I'm like, he's 5 months, and I'm just like, my puppy. Like, I don't want him to forget his mommy. And as soon as he sees me, I'm like,
yeah, right.
It was literally 2 days. It's just psycho to think about. But I wanted to get into, this has to be a short episode, unfortunately. I'm going to go ahead and warn you guys because our kids, we usually have someone here with them during filming so that we don't have to worry about, getting them bottles or whatever. That's just not the case today because I was out of town. So we're filming on a random day. So it will be a little shorter because if they get up, Darian's going to have to exit the chat. So it will be. But I did, before we wrap up, wanted to talk about, before we wrap up, like it's going to be 5 minutes. Hopefully we can talk about this for a while until they wake up. But I posted a TikTok a few years ago about us going on breaks.
Right.
And people were so interested to the fact, or to the point to this. Am I okay?
I was tracking.
Sometimes I black out and I can't finish a sentence.
No, I know.
I still get comments to this day on that video. Yeah. And I think it's just from people probably looking up like breaks in a relationship or whatever on TikTok. But I still get questions about it. And I think it really interests people because that's something that, you go through in relationships typically. I know a lot of our friends have.
Right.
So I kind of wanted to get into breaks versus breakups.
Yeah.
And I wanted to give examples of some reasons why we went on breaks. And I feel like the number one question I get the most is how long our breaks were.
Right.
And so let's just get into it. Breaks versus breakups. Why we went on a few breaks.
Yeah, should we do like disclaimers first?
Sure.
I think disclaimers, just because of our character and how we choose to live our lives. A break was never like you are single. It's like we just not together. So don't, you know what I'm saying? Because people I've been saying, was in college and was in locker room. Dudes go on breaks and this next thing you know, oh, it's my excuse to go do X, Y,
do
Z.
whatever, yeah.
And I'm like, that's not how it's, especially if
that's a breakup.
Yeah, if you got love for somebody, like that's not like a free pass to just go do whatever you want.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like our breaks always had some intention because it was never like we weren't breaking all like this. It wasn't the end all be all. It was more so me most times because I was so young and I feel like I was so overwhelmed with like trying to juggle everything in my life. That's like sometimes my relationship got put on the back burner. And knowing like I care about this the most, I just didn't know how to balance everything.
Mm-hmm.
And so my natural default was like, man, let me just cut this out of my life for a second and let me like reset. Because we weren't married. Even though I feel like I owed you like respect. So I was like, I just don't feel like I can do this. I do think there's some maturity in that where you actually have to learn how to not take breaks. But I think early on, I just used to get so overwhelmed and it almost felt like a burden to date.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I was doing a bad job. It was almost one of those things I feel like I'm like not good enough for you in the moment to where like this is just wasting both of our times.
I also think when you get to the age where we were, where it was like we were starting to get to the age where you're not just out here dating around. You are dating to marry.
Right.
And we knew that that's where our relationship was headed if we kept dating. So you kind of do have to take some time.
Yeah, it was like, I can't take the pressure of this.
And I don't really know why there are so many people, because I got a few comments on that post as well of people being so like, well, if you need a break, then we just need to break up. And I just like so disagree with that.
Well, I think it's more so, like I said, I think it's the intention behind why we need to take a break. Like I said, I get that if some people are like.
So let's give some examples of why we took breaks and why we encourage other people to take breaks.
Yeah, I think
if you need.
I think it just wasn't healthy.
Mm-hmm.
Like whether like decision making or from people we look up to that was like, okay, I'm struggling with this, you're struggling with that.
Transparently, it was usually Darian's fault.
Yeah.
Usually.
I think we took that's what I said. I think we took
3.
Yeah, 3 or 4. I think it was 3
or 4 breaks.
Yeah, throughout
which kind of sounds like a lot, but through a 5-year relationship.
Yeah, and like I said, some of them were the longest one we took was like 3 weeks. It was supposed to be a month.
but we can never stay too far from each other.
And that's why I feel like it was always, to me, that's a good sign too. Because like I think it's the discipline and like, all right, let's take a break and let's see what my life looks like. Because I think it was always a lens.
Gosh, I remember every day just being like, I want to talk to him so bad.
I know. We was like,
I love him. I'm like, and also the thought of like, what if after this, like I am more in love with him than ever because I'm like, I miss you and I know I want to be with you.
But it's not reciprocated.
Yeah, and then what if he comes back, he breaks my little heart.
Yeah. I mean, and
it does have to be agreed upon as well, though, because if one person agrees to do a break and the other person is like, no, then it's like, okay, maybe we do just need a breakup.
Yeah.
If you feel like we can't do something for ourselves separately to be better for each other.
Right.
Because that's ultimately what it was. Like, I think to answer the question, what's the difference between a break and a breakup? I think a break is when you know you want to be together in the end, but you need to figure something out without having to be in constant communication with this person. Sometimes I think that you have to pause communication to really just like pray through things, think through things, have silence with yourself. And sometimes I think whenever you're just in communication with people, it's not really possible.
Right.
And so the reason why we never broke up and we did breaks instead, and sometimes like breaks, I feel like were like a week.
Yeah, it really was just
when we felt ready.
Yeah, it was more so just like the space. And I agree. Like I said, I think the difference, not like in my own words to reiterate, I think the difference between a break and a breakup really is the intention behind the space. It was never to say I'm done with you and I want to explore other options. It was more so like, I actually want to make this work, but this isn't working right now, probably because something I personally got going on. And I need to figure this out because I want this to work. But
so whoever like initiated the break and needs to work on things, is that who decides when the break is over?
I think it can be mutual. I think it's more so like, and I agree with the point too.
I would encourage though not to reach out. I don't know. I think it can be really tempting to be like, I miss this person, I just want to reach out. It's like, give it some breath.
Like, let it breathe for sure.
For sure.
And I feel that's more so also like the intention behind it. Like, don't just do it just to do it, because then it's like pointless. But actually like take time. And like I said, I think sometimes I'm big on this, like if you don't steward things well, burden, like your blessings become your burden. So something as beautiful as a relationship could be of dating the person you love and like, or even whatever. It can become a burden if you don't take care of it the right way. And that's why I feel like the breaks came. It was like, it's never like I love this girl. Actually, I see a future with her, but I feel like I haven't been taking care of myself for the relationship to the point it got to a place like it was just unhealthy. So I needed space for it to become what I wanted to be. And I feel like all of them, I say it was always good because I think throughout the breaks, you also get clarity. Like, because sometimes when you're so close up on something you really can't see, because sometimes you might take a break and realize I'm not supposed to be with this person. That wasn't our case, but I know other people that took breaks.
People take a break and they're like, wait, I'm a better version of myself when I'm not with this person.
Correct. And then, they come back together because you kind of have like a come together meeting, like, okay, like
what's the deal?
Yeah, like what are we doing? Like, we're back together. And then you just kind of go back to normal. Or you're like, okay, this was, I took some space away and I got clarity and I don't feel like this is something I want to continue with on either side.
I think also it's good to take a break and realize I don't know. I think for me, a lot of times I was like, I'm so dependent on this person sometimes to not be dependent on that person. It's like, I obviously love you. And in the end, I always was like, you're my husband, I think.
Right.
And I want to continue dating you and eventually hopefully marry you.
Yeah.
And that for me required me not to like need you for like my happiness or whatever, because it was such a burden.
Yeah.
So that was helpful too. But let's
also
talk
clarify,
about
we don't take breaks in marriage. When you
Oh yeah, what?
Yeah.
No.
Oh no, I just feel like people need to hear it. I'm like, okay.
Oh no.
Breaks for dating.
Yeah.
And then break by.
And that's why I think it's important to take breaks while you can.
Because once you get married,
there ain't no breaks.
People do break up, obviously. So,
I'm not getting divorced, so like, we got to do that now.
Yeah.
When we can, and like be the best version and make sure that that is something that we want to step into.
Yeah.
Because at the end, if we were taking breaks and I was like, honestly, I don't know, I don't really feel like I vibe with this person as much as I thought I did, or I don't really feel like that is my husband, then don't marry that person.
Correct.
Hello. Let's talk about boundaries and breaks too, because I think that that's important too, where you establish boundaries.
Yeah.
You and I didn't really have to do that because I think it was just nowhere in our relationship did we think us going on a break meant we were about to go out and be texting other people.
I thought that really
whatever.
shouldn't be like
it feels obvious, but I think for some people it's not, and then they end up getting hurt because they're like, while we were on a break, they went out and did something disrespectful.
Also, like I said, I think some people think they'd be on breaks. They really just broke up. Like if you don't have a set time to reconvene, like we always said, like, all right, let's week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And sometimes we will consult like a mentor, like that's the longest time we was supposed to be a month. I was like, bro, I learned my lesson.
I that's all what I needed to
Yeah,
see.
I don't need one more week. Let's like I didn't see her a couple times at church. I want to say speak to her, but I think it's more so like I said, the intention behind like the space. Because if y'all just say like, oh, if one party's like I'm done, but it isn't like, hey, I'm going to work on myself and let's reconvene. Y'all really just broke up, and they can do that. They can, if they choose to, can do whatever they want. I think people get like they have break expectations, but really breakup scenarios where it's like, y'all had no expectation to get back together. Like y'all had love for each other, but y'all didn't say like let's reconvene. It was like y'all just stop dating.
In my opinion, if you know you're not broken up and you have to tell your partner, hey, don't text other girls, don't hook up with people, whatever, you might need to break up.
Yeah.
If he's that excited to go out and go be with other people and you know for a fact y'all are broken
it's
up.
not just guys.
Sorry. Yeah,
that's
you're
what I'm
right.
saying. Girls too, like like I said, that'd be the craziest part. And I feel like I've seen some people, you know what, like
that is your sign that it's time to.
Yeah, some people be on that,
out.
but like I said, if you broken up, then the space is what y'all, you know what I'm saying, what y'all deem it to be. If y'all broken up, and y'all, I see people actually break up and get back together too. Which I'm not opposed to that if that's what you need to do. But yeah, if you're on a break, it is not a free hall pass to go out here and be all willy nilly.
So when do you think you know when to end a break versus when to just break it up?
Yeah, I think I think it's like how do you still like yourself with the person, and then do you see a future with the person?
Mm-hmm.
If you can answer both those questions positively, then get back together.
Yeah.
I think if you can't, then just is what it is. And like it's gonna hurt either way. Like, like it kind of, there's some growing pains when you get back together because you like, why do we just break? Why do we take a break? You got to work through that. And then even if like, because I will say one of the things you learn in like maturing is like negative emotions don't mean like a negative decision,
Yeah.
So like if you are supposed to do something is right, like break up with a guy or girl, and you feel like it's the right thing to do, just because you feel bad about it doesn't mean it was a bad decision. Because sometimes like the right decisions actually are the ones that feel bad, like you're going to feel the attachment because it could be loneliness or like, like, you know what I'm saying? Just fear of letting somebody down that holds you back. But really, like, you're going to feel those emotions, but you'll get over them.
Yeah.
And in due time, like the truth will kind of set you free,
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I think it can be tough because you can also sometimes love somebody so much that it's not good. And
be delusional.
And be a little delusional.
Yeah.
And I mean, whether that's actual love or not, I don't necessarily think that's love. It can be a whirlwind of other things, but sometimes I feel like if you are so willing to let this person do whatever, especially, I don't know, I just think girls can, if you're desperate for this person's love, I would encourage you to maybe take a step back and, I don't know, maybe take a little breaky. And then at the end of it, if you're like, I don't care whatever this person does, I'm going to stay with them. Girl, that's even more of a reason to break up.
Yeah, it should be that. I think like I said, we promote this for like healthy people. And I think it's also like I said, I think this isn't like my like campaign to like just go take breaks. But I think it's more so normalizing like that is a.
Yeah, don't do it just for fun.
Yeah, that is a solution sometimes, or a way I think that I've seen even people I look up to or people I know that where they've gotten some good clarity to where they kind of regain the vision for why they either wanted to do it or got into it in the first place. I said, then I think it's up to both parties to decide when you get back together, like what's the best path forward. But I do think breaks can be helpful.
Yeah. Well, I hope that answered y'all's questions about
good luck out there, y'all.
Yeah, good luck out there.
It's crazy. Dating world's crazy, man. Like,
there's also no right way or wrong way to do it. Some people are so against breaks, like truly, and I'm like, if you're really that against a break, then like do what you need to do. I'm just telling you what worked for us, and it seems like it's going good so far.
Yeah, it's going good. I think everybody got their own journey. Like for especially, that's what I'm saying. Dating is such a tailored experience. Like there's obviously principles I think people can take, but you really kind of got to go through with your own person and figure it out. Like, and then
I would have been so sad if we broke up.
Oh, for sure.
I'm just thinking about if for whatever reason, if something else, I don't know, happened and we would have broke up, I would have been devastated.
You saying that from this vantage point now?
Yeah, sorry, I just like got really sad.
Oh yeah, I mean,
I
yeah,
don't know
so
why,
much
like,
happened.
Yeah, I'm like
I know.
going back to that time. I'm like, I just remember being so like, oh my gosh, what's gonna happen? Like
Yeah.
praying through it and like thinking about it, and then us getting up together. And every time I'm like, do you love me? And do you think that we're better together? And you're like, I love you, and I think we're better together. And I'm like,
Yeah.
yay!
You're right.
But we definitely could have broken up.
No, for sure, we definitely could. And
And
I think that was
breaks
like you
my
said.
heart.
Going back to the last thing I said, I think the maturity or like the healthy part is that is on the table. You know, like that's not off the table when you take a break. Like you take a break with the intention of, if this isn't good for us, let's not do this any longer.
Mhm.
It won't serve either one of us. Because I think some people take a break and it's like we're automatically getting back together. But I think it really was like there's almost like it's kind of a sobering aspect of like you don't have to do this. Like if you want to do it, which is a part of like dating. Like if you want to keep going, if you want to keep like sharing your journey or sharing your life with this person, then do it. But if you don't, then don't. But I think the breaks that we took always kind of gave me clarity. Like, you know what, this is who I want to be with, and here we are.
Yeah. Good decision of us, huh?
It has worked out.
Speaking of breakups, have you seen the Call Her Daddy episode with Rachel?
I haven't watched it, but I definitely want to tune in. I've been seeing the clips though.
I know I want to watch the full thing, but I saw
I'm not really
clips
super
today.
hip on like bro. I just know like they were interracial. He was on The Bachelor, and
Mm-hmm.
like I thought his IG post was crazy.
Insane.
No, I thought that
I'm
was
a Christian, and I was like, well, I'm so confused right now.
no. That was
Also, apparently, the only thing that I do know about this episode through a clip is that he did it while she was on a plane intentionally, so that she wouldn't see it for hours.
Oh
Yeah, and then I guess I don't know. All of it's making me so sad watching the clips of her. You can just tell she was so taken aback, like so off guard.
Yeah. I don't want to get into that. Like I don't know all the context, but from what it's showing right now, it definitely feels like she kind of like took the bad end of the situation.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. People are saying that it seems like it was like planned out. That he had the post written out for like months and just decided to post it.
I'm always so weird about like, do y'all really like think that reality TV relationships work?
They were together for 4 years.
I know, but I'm just like,
There's plenty of them that worked.
yeah, I guess. I guess
I think it's like anything. It's like
I'm just so skeptical.
you're either gonna work out or you're gonna break up. That's really the two
I guess I'm
options.
just so skeptical of like the origin of how you came together, because it's obviously you become famous.
Now, if my man was kissing a bunch of girls and he was like, "I choose you," and you think I'm gonna clap and be so happy, you have me messed up.
No, I agree. But I'm saying is,
But good for them.
right. I agree. I'm saying, I think the origin of how people start dating reality TV is like, it comes with so much more than just being like attracted to a person, because it becomes like almost like a business transaction. You know, like
Okay.
like you know we all just kind of.
I couldn't do it, but I just try not to judge people's like ways of love. You know.
Yeah, but like
It's literally acting though. Most of the time,
That's what I'm
production's
saying.
so involved that it's crazy.
And like you start seeing.
Have you seen the new Bachelor?
No.
I think he's the first black Bachelor. I think Matt was the first mixed. I think he's mixed.
Matt is not mixed.
I think he's mixed.
He's got dark features.
Okay, maybe he's not, but I
Can't be
didn't watch it. But the new Bachelor is so cute. Also, like me and my husband say other people are cute.
Yeah.
It's not like
I don't know. Obviously, he good looking.
That's so funny too, because
she's crazy. She's crazy.
on this, I'm like all cute. Like I'm not like he is fine
Let me
by
see.
any means, but
Yeah, I'm not like protective of that way.
yeah, but he seems like such a sweetie too. But
That boy got that low cut.
speaking of this last trip, one of the girls asked me, they're like, do y'all's husband have like a girl where you're like, oh, you just know that's his celebrity crush, or that's like his person.
You see that trend?
Yes.
I think it's dumb.
Yeah. Well, there's a TikTok trend going on right now where you like point and you're like, oh, there's this girl on like your side. Oh, there's this boy on this side. And you like dab each other up and run towards them. I'm like,
What are we doing?
yeah, I want to do my take on that trend. I'm going to do it today so you guys can watch it. But anyway, oh, look, Derry thinks I stole his TikTok idea.
I swear we be sharing TikTok ideas. It's like marriage telepathy.
Telepathy.
Yeah.
Wow, me knowing a word and you not, Mr. Master's degree. Darian always knows the words and I never know the words. Okay, anyway, back to what I was saying though. She asked me, she's like, who's like, y'all just know like this is your person, this is your person. And I was like, I'm not even trying to be that girl that's like, I only am about my man or whatever. But like I truly like there's men that I'll be like, oh, you're cute.
I thought that should be. That's lame. I mean, it's lame. I just think that like not even on some like
Some people have their like celebrity person they're like, that's like blah blah blah.
that's lame though. I think it's lame from a standpoint you putting that person on a pedestal. I think I respect influence and people who have careers, but it's just like they're in what way, shape, or form is it just because like I guess also too, it's just like whatever. I thought we've been in rooms with so many people and also have friends who are seen in that regard, and you realize they're just people. So like, why would I ever just say I'm gonna go sleep with another person or be attracted to another person when I have a wife? You know, I would say somebody's good looking, like, and I feel that's normal.
No,
too.
I agree.
Like, I feel that's weird if you can't say somebody like is a good looking person.
When I realized I met my celebrity crush. I guess not met, but like
Oh, you did meet him.
yeah, I met him, and so
We
I
were
was
together.
like, yeah, and I was with Darian, and I like didn't even want to look at him. I was just like, this is getting weird, and I kind of wish I would have never like even called him my celebrity crush because then I met him and I was like, ew, I don't want that to
great looking guy, like great looking individual.
But I don't know. That's when it got weird for me. And then I was like, okay, I'm not going to say that anymore.
Yeah, because you meet him and he's like literally flesh and bones. He's literally a person.
Yeah. And I'm also like, he did have a girlfriend for sure at that time. And I was like, I don't want somebody, I don't know. I just think it's weird.
Yeah,
I think you can have
you
can have a healthy thing where it's like even I would never feel weird calling another guy cute in front of you because you know that I'm not out here like lusting after him.
Yeah, it's just crazy to say like I said, and I guess like I said, because we've met some people, even though I didn't meet people, I think it's just crazy to say if this person walked up to you just dropping your drawers to this person. Like,
okay,
what are we doing?
This is a PG podcast.
That's what people saying, like, your celebrity crush.
Yeah, I know. That's like your past or whatever.
Like,
which is it's insane. It's insane. But yeah, but I also would never be like if you like whenever you say girls like, oh, they have such good style or they have like she's a cute girl.
Yeah, because I'm not saying like
it's
this
always
is my
just
past.
like casual and not that deep.
Yeah, it's like this person's pretty.
It's also weird to me that like people wouldn't be able to admit that someone's cute.
I agree.
So you're blind.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's weird.
Don't be a weirdo.
Yeah,
you think other people are cute, and if you're hiding it, you're probably hiding some other stuff.
Right.
Is that too far?
I don't know. Maybe not. Who knows?
All right. Honestly, I'm surprised you were even able to make it this long to this episode because I was fearing that you were gonna have to zip off. But now we have to go wake Kason up because he had a weird nap schedule.
Yeah. You doing McKenzie's mindset? No.
Yeah, I am gonna do McKenzie's mindset. I'm just gonna do one today because I need you guys to send me more. If you guys have any kind of scenario that you want advice on, any questions that you feel like you just want me to answer, anything like that, you guys can DM them to me. It's always private, don't worry, but I like to answer them. And we always do this segment every single week, McKenzie's mindset. I give you guys my mindset on your scenarios and your questions. So let's get into today's McKenzie's mindset. I am currently in a beautiful, amazing relationship, and I feel like there is a proposal coming soon, but I'm trying hard not to ask about it. I hate surprises, but I also want to be surprised for my proposal. My boyfriend's also very type B, and I'm very type A, so not knowing the plan about a significant moment in my life is driving me crazy. How was it for you right before you got engaged? Did you have an idea it was coming, or was it a total surprise? Did Darian propose how you imagined, and was your ring what you pictured? That has a lot of questions into one, but I will answer that for you. I would say my advice with this is just trust your partner. If you trust them enough to marry you, or to marry them, then you should trust them enough to know you well enough to give you a proposal and a ring that you love. Now, while saying that, I will say, I told Darian, I gave him 3 or 4 different ring options. Hey, these are the rings that I'm loving. This is probably my number one choice, my second choice, whatever. I left the proposal situation up to him. He knows the kind of girly I am and my expectations. So I was like, listen, you know that I'm not cool with you just like popping down on a knee in a restaurant, even though there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. It wasn't my style of proposal. So I was like, do with that what we will. And I don't think there's anything wrong with telling them the kind of ring that you'd be interested in having and all of that, because Darian definitely knew that. And he had some help from my friends as far as the proposal planning and all of that to make it what he felt like was perfect, and it really was perfect. And so I just say, you know what? Let go and let God, sweetie. Let go and let your future fiance, plan a sweet proposal for you. And I know that you'd be very type A, but honestly, it's good to let loose of some control in that kind of situation, because that's not the only time you're going to have to let loose of some control, especially in marriage. And you can trust the person that you're going to marry to give you a sweet proposal and a pretty ring. And all that matters in the end anyway is that y'all are going to be together. So I think just let go of control. I did have somewhat of an idea that it was coming because that is a conversation that Darren and I had is, what's the kind of timeline. So there was like a window of 3 or 4 months that he could have proposed. And I was surprised the night of. I'll tell you guys my engagement story if you guys want. It's kind of a crazy one. But I ended up being very surprised because of how it went down. And I didn't mind that. I just knew the window, so I knew when to have my nails done. I had my nails pretty plain for like 4 months during the 4 months that it could have happened. And yeah, I was pretty surprised, and it was beautiful. So listen, girl, I feel you with needing some control. I'm honestly not a huge surprise person. I am now, but not back then because of the control factor. But it's going to be beautiful, and I expect a DM from you when you get engaged with a picture so I can say congratulations. I hope you guys enjoyed this week's episode of Not Everybody Needs a Podcast. This is episode 9, I'm pretty sure. I cannot believe we're 9 episodes deep. If you guys have any feedback, you guys can DM it to me or comment. If you guys are watching on YouTube, please subscribe. We're almost to 38,000 subscribers, which is insane. Which I always say it's insane, but I'm like, no, it's actually insane. Every time I say that number, I'm like, I cannot believe that many people are subscribed. It's mind-boggling. But yeah, we're so close to that. And then same with Spotify and Apple. If you guys want to go over there and listen, or please do. And you guys can follow along on there as well. I love you guys, and I'll see you next Monday with a new podcast episode.